Hello everyone, my name is David Arzata here, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a Constellar deck profile, or Constellar Telenite deck profile. I technically love this deck profile, and it's like one of those fun decks that I like to play with, but it was technically a lot of fun. So I'm going to showcase my deck profile. First up, I'm going to start with 3 copies of Telenite Lyrion. Good card to start off with, because it treats. Then you can special summon this card from your hand. 1 Telenite spell from your deck to your hand. So just an additional one. 2 copies of Stellar Knight Ukurai. I like this one because, it allows you to send a Telenite, and I can send either that or these next one, or this one. Telenite Altarian, which I technically go for. I really love that one. So, that. Then I go with two Constellar Cows. Cows allows it to, it cannot be used as synchro material monster, but it has a special ability. Twice per turn, it can target 1 Constellar monster on the field and activate one of its effects. I can either increase it or decrease by 1. And I can use this twice per turn. 3 copies of Pollux. Pollux is kind of like just a normal summon, and when this card is normal summon, I can do an additional normal summon 1 Constellar monster in addition to my normal summon set. And you can only get this once per turn, which allows you to do normal summoning more easier. Next, I have 2 copies of Constellar Shirterian, I think. When this card is normal summon, it allows you to add a Constellar monster from my deck to hand. There's more additional stuff, the searchers. Next, I have 3 copies of Constellar Claudius. Claudius is just there just for an extender play, because if you control a Constellar monster, and in which case the new monsters like Altarian and Lyrion, they're both treated as a Constellar card, so they best fits. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about this one. Well, it has a good ability. Control a Constellar monster, you can special summon this card in your hand. Then, during the main phase, you can add a Constellar spell or trap from deck to your hand. And you can use this one. Now, a Constellar Xyz monster uses this card as material, gains its effect. If it battles a light or dark monster, before the damage calculation, you can banish the monster. Meaning, so before it attacks, it can just banish. Then I have 2 copies of Constellar Altiri. Altiri is just there for when this card is normal summon, it's allows me to special summon a level 4 Constellar monster from my hand, which is just for another extender play or thing, but I think that just for extender play. Then I have 3 copies of Constellar Sombre. Sombre is a good idea. Next up, I have 2 copies of Honest, 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Snow Rabbit, 1 Ghost Bell, just for a bunch of hand traps, which I don't got Ash. Well, I mean, I never technically tried to stop them. Next, I go off with a little bit spells. 3 copies of Constellar Telenite, which is really good. I thought it'd be amazing for it. Cut the Constellar Knight. Next, I have Reinforcement of the Army, just for adding warrior monsters, since the Telenites are actually warrior monsters. There's a bunch of mix in, but you can it's sort of a good searcher. Foolish Burial, just for just to send. I think Telenite Altarian is probably one of those monsters, but good for an engine. 2 copies of Stellar Bridge, Sky Bridge, Forbidden Chalice, 1 Constellar Belt, one Monster Reborn. And then now we go for traps. For the traps, it just makes a bit more simple. Excavation device, mirror force, and 2 copies of Xyz Beano, because most of my monsters are Xyz monsters. And if a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or by sent to the graveyard, target 1 Xyz monster you control, then attack 1 monster. Which is good. I think I'll go with this one. This is just like a bunch of budget, but it's kind of cool. And so next, my extra deck, which is it's not saying it's weird, but it's kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 15. So I have is 1 Constellar Omega. Then during either player's turn, you can detach an Xyz material, and then all Constellar monsters I control are unaffected by spells or traps. 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur, because, since you can run off the engine as long as you have 2 warrior monsters. 1 Constellar Caspi. Better Caspi, I think. It's just for an additional play. 1 Stellage Paladynamo, because because most of my monsters are light monsters and they're all level 4. Next up, I have Constellar Pleiades. This allows me during either player's turn, I can detach 1 material from this card, then I target 1 card in the field and return it to the hand. Next, I have 2 copies of Constellar M7, which you can Xyz summon by using a Constellar Xyz monster you control as Xyz material. I have 2 copies of the Tellarknight and Constellar Klaus, Constellar Calcius, which is really good new support. Got 1 Tellarknight like Prometheus. I got 2 copies of Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond, one Darklight, and one Nightmare Unicorn. I don't know if that kind of adds up to 15, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 15, but yeah. And this is actually my deck profile. I think I kind of love this art. I love this art so much, and as much as I love Brony fandoms, I'm just creating some more cards just because I kind of fit to it. So the cards are really this is a really fun deck to play. I love playing the deck profile. But anyway, this is just a fun deck profile. No meta decks. I just like playing for fun. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope I get to see you soon. Or have a good one, duelists.